Hello everyone, this is Lenny from Code with Lenny Lan, and in the previous tutorial we were talking about collision detection and everything was kind of tricky and confusing and messed up. So in this tutorial I have a demonstration that maybe will help you get what we're doing. So we want the ball to recognize our paddles as solids, and as it recognizes them, we want the ball to bounce off the paddles. So to do this, let me start by demonstrating whatever I had. So I just use Paint, which is Microsoft Paint for those guys having Microsoft OS. And this is my coordinate system. As you remember, Pygame coordinate system, the y-axis and the x-axis. So this is our player paddle and this is our ball. So for now, I'll assume our ball is a rectangle to keep this simple. And you can see the yellow border, the square border that is surrounding our ball. So let's pick that and let's use this for our example. We assume that the ball is a rect, because once you get it, if it's a rect, you're going to get it once again when it is a circle. So for now, let me show you some cool stuff. So for us to move, detect this paddle, we have to set this as a border. So this is a border, but once in the previous tutorial we only did this, that is player paddle x plus the player pad size y, that is not size y, sorry, player pad size x, to get the width of this paddle. And by doing that, we did that for the whole game. So if this ball around here comes somewhere here, there's still this border. And this is because we have only set the x and have not set the y. The y is what is going to determine, and both the x and y working together will ensure we have a good and well detected paddle. So to ensure that we do it in the y-axis, I'm going to change my color maybe to for showing the y-axis, let me use brown. So in the y-axis, you remember this is the y-axis, we want to tell it if the ball is between this region. I did not quite get it very well right there, but I hope you are understanding. So we are telling the computer if this ball is between this region, so that means it is in this player paddle. So we are showing the player paddle. If it's between the start of play pad y and the end of play pad y, that will be play pad y plus the play pad size y. So we are taking the position y plus the size y of the player paddle. Now this is still maybe confusing to some of you, but as we continue coding it and as we continue in the near future, I know you're going to get it. But we are also going to need to define the ball x and y. And as we do this, the first time we defined the y or the x, and we drew a border for the whole of our x variable, and it created a borderline. The first time I did collision detection and I was learning collision detection, it was quite tricky, especially the x and the y. The changing from the normal Cartesian plane, it was quite heavy for me to handle, but I hope you're going to have an easy time. If you don't get it now, don't worry, you can still get it in the future, just like I did after a few tutorials and practice actually. Then as we did this, we created the x variable, and which was here, but it created for the whole screen. So by adding the y variable, we have restricted this to this area only. So this red part, let me just clear it to show that we have tackled that. So this red part, we have finished it, and so now the ball is restricted. again by adding this y, then the x here. Now the y is restricted, so it won't affect our game in any way. Maybe as the player continues playing in the game, you won't detect a hit that's not there, a hit that just come out of nowhere. And because we have already defined the y and the x, so this part out here should be easy enough to handle. Maybe it is handled already by this, but in case it hasn't, we are going to find ways to do it in the future. As for now, I wanted you to get a basic of what we are doing with collision detection. And for us to detect the ball, we're also going to need let me use a different color. we are going to need to define the balls x and y. So I'll just write with pencil, and we're going to define that this is the y. I'm quite a clumsy drawer. Yeah, that should work for now. So this is our y. We want to tell it if this distance is in between this distance, and maybe if the x, that is from here to here, is between the x, and if the y is between these y variables, then we should have everything covered and we should get a perfect, maybe not perfect, but a neat collision, and everything should work out fine. So this was much for this tutorial. I really wanted to show you graphically and maybe help you understand more about collision detection. If it's still tough on you, maybe I'll make a separate tutorial on Pygame that's going to cover the important topics in Pygame, and you can check them out because I'll cover collision detection extensively. Oh my gosh, I'm just sleeping out. So I think that's enough for this tutorial, and if you still don't understand collision detection, please ask me in the comments. I'll be sure to answer all your questions. If possible, I'm going to send you my email and you can ask me more and more questions. Otherwise, please like and subscribe to my videos, and as always, thanks for watching.